Today I'm going to show you how to require two-factor authentication for specific MDaemon Webmail users and for groups of MDaemon users logging into MDaemon Webmail. Let's first talk about how to require two-factor authentication in MDaemon Webmail for entire groups of users. And in MDaemon Remote Administration, the first thing we need to do is create a template requiring the use of two-factor authentication, and then we will apply that template to a specific group of users. So in Remote Administration, under the main menu, let's click on Account Templates, and we're going to click the New button over here to create a new template. I'll call this 2FA Required, and then under the Properties menu, we will uncheck all of these boxes except for Web Services. So with Web Services selected, let's first click on Apply to create our new template, and then click on Web Services, located right here. Scroll down toward the bottom, and make sure that Allow Two-Factor Authentication is selected, and then check the box below, Require Two-Factor Authentication, and be sure and hit Apply. So now that we've created our new template, we need to create a group of users that this template will be assigned to. So I'm going to close out of the Account Template window, and then let's click on Groups, also under the main tab in MDaemon Remote Administration. This group will contain a list of all users for whom you would like to require two-factor authentication to be used when logging into MDaemon Webmail. Click on the New button to create your new group, and I will call this group 2FA Required. Give your new group a description, and then we will check this box to apply an account template to this group. In this case, we're going to select the template that we just created a moment ago, two-factor authentication required. Be sure to hit Apply after making any changes, because you'll need to make sure and save your new group before we can add members to the group. So now let's add members to this group for whom two-factor authentication will be required when logging into MDaemon Webmail. For this, we click on Edit Group Membership, and simply check the box for each account who will be added to this group. Again, these are going to be the accounts who will be required to use two-factor authentication when logging into MDaemon Webmail. After you select your users, you can simply close out of this window. So that completes the process for requiring two-factor authentication for an entire group of MDaemon users when logging into MDaemon Webmail. Now let's talk about how to require two-factor authentication for specific MDaemon Webmail users. For this, we go to the Account Manager under the main menu in MDaemon Remote Administration. Select an account and double-click on it or click on the Edit button. Select Web Services in the top menu. Scroll down toward the bottom, and then first make sure that Allow Two-Factor Authentication is enabled, and then simply check the second box shown here to require two-factor authentication for the selected account when logging into MDaemon Webmail, and then simply apply your changes. For more information on how to configure two-factor authentication for MDaemon Webmail, visit our knowledge base at mdaemon.com under the Support tab and click on the MDaemon Email Server category, where you can then search for the article by keyword. And then you'll see this article, How Do I Enable Two-Factor Authentication for MDaemon Webmail and Remote Administration, where you'll find more information located here.